Hey everybody, welcome back to Nico Brothers. On today's episode, we actually get to work on my own personal house. There's a lot of progress. Last time we just dug out the dirt, seen the plans, but now we're actually doing stuff to it. We're able to dig it out, we're working on the footing, and we're working on pouring the walls, getting that foundation secured and in there. So let's go ahead and go to the land and check what's happening.
So last time we were here, we had it just dug out roughly, but now we're able to dig out for the footing. So basically went over there to our house layout where the foundation walls are going to be. And basically that's called the footing. We dug it out and prepping to pour. So just going around, making the perimeter of the house and also the inside where the supporting walls are going to be. We're going to also do a footing. So that's all dug out and getting ready for that concrete. Just basically dig out a trench. It's a little wider than normal, so this is pretty big. Standard are 8" by 2 feet. This is a little deeper, a little wider, because we definitely want a solid footing, solid foundation. Because you gotta dig into it. Man, these walls are tall. We're down in there in the dirt. We've got some trenches right there. Basically, that's gonna help the concrete pour into the form where we need it. Looking good. This is my dad's house. We are building side by side at the same time, and we're gonna pour at the same time. So his footing is basically finished, looking good. My side's getting cleaned up as well right now, getting all the little debris out there and ready for that concrete. This is my side right here of the house. Like I said, they're finishing it up and almost ready to pour concrete. Everything's moving smoothly, things are flowing, all green lights, weather's good. They're coming out soon, forms are made, final touches, and you do need an inspection before you pour. So you dig it out, get it all cleaned up, and they come out there, they actually poke the ground, make sure there's no soft spots, they check and make sure it's wide enough, and they're gonna get this thing inspected. So you have to start the inspections before you pour your footing concrete. Make sure you call your inspector out there to check it out. But hey, moving forward, getting it done. Definitely a team effort. You got a whole crew out there, somebody making the form, somebody's clearing out the dirt, and we're getting prepped up for the concrete trucks. But let's go ahead and get down into the ground instead of the drone shots and see what's happening. This is my reinforced retaining wall. This thing is definitely engineered and structurally sound. It's going to be awesome. Definitely a bunker right there for that wall. You could put as much dirt as you want behind it. Not worry about any blowouts or anything like that. Man, it is moving forward. These guys don't joke around. Came there, followed the plans, 2 spec. Those blue marks are basically how high they're going to go. Those are the markers, how tall they need to fill it up. So they're going to fill that trench all the way with concrete. Man, it's going to be good. But literally boots on the ground. I'm over there walking through it, just checking it out. It looks pretty solid to me. Kind of a maze here and there, but they have a little step down as well for the back, so it don't interfere with anything, but that footing's going to just drop down a little bit, so my back porch won't have to hit any concrete or anything like that, depending on the final grade. But yeah, they're just setting those rebars for the retaining wall, and then they're actually going to put rebar into all the footing, but I guess they're going to start with the retaining wall itself. Some spots of the foundation of the footing are kind of deep, but hey, you might as well go big. It's very important to have a solid foundation, and we're building a lot upon it. We're going to make it nice. Amazing retaining wall. Like I said, no blowouts, don't have to worry about that. You can put all the pressure you want on there. Getting that rebar in there that's suspended off the ground. I mean, you got a grid of 2, 3, 4 even bars some places. Drop down. Plenty of rebar. Very important as well, because you don't want that to settle after time. You don't want it to crack, so the rebar will hold the concrete together. Even if there is like a microfiber crack, the rebar's there to keep it all together nicely, and like the veins of it kind of thing. Also have some spots where we have some tubes for piping later if needed, so that's good to have. Man, a lot of this is kind of beyond me. I'm like, man, I don't know what they're doing, but hey, they're doing a great job. This is a company called Gray Gold Concrete. Makes sense. Gray gold, you know what I mean? It's like black gold, gold. This is gray gold, because concrete's not cheap, definitely expensive, but hey, these guys are top of the line, top notch, been in business for a long time. They know what they're doing. It makes me feel better too, because it's not my everyday field expertise. You don't work with concrete a lot. Could figure it out, but it's all good. They know what they're doing. Let them go at it. And just like that, the concrete pump truck is here. This is a big boy too, for sure, man. This thing is massive. Look at that thing. Came out with its arm stabilized first, and it's got a huge arm out there to be able to do both sides. So they'll do my dad's side and my side and pour that footing. And just like that, the concrete trucks are pulling up, and they're gonna basically feed the concrete pump. Concrete pump's gonna pump the concrete into that little hose right there and right into the trenches. You got one guy controlling it and one guy telling it where to go. So one guy has like a joystick, looks like a remote control, and he's just moving around that pump, turning it on and off, and putting it wherever the main guy is wanting to pour it. It's just pretty crazy to just sit back, watch all this happen down. I mean, they're basically going to get 2 concrete trucks pulled up into this thing right now and simultaneously dump that concrete into the pump because it's pumping out a lot and they're just moving quick. Ain't nobody waste no time. What he's going to do first is basically every drop down, every step down, churn, or change, he's going to pump in the concrete first and let that settle. So that'll fill up, not overflow, but same time get pumped in there and let it cure a little bit and go around, do both houses that way. And that by the time that settles, then come back and fill in the rest of it. It's kind of an interesting process, but hey, they know what they're doing. So just trust the process and let them go to work and let them get it done. But it's crazy. Just dig a hole, throw some rebar in there, pour some concrete, and you got your foundation of a house. This is my dad's side. Concrete trucks are non-stop, coming in, coming out. I guess they don't hold that much concrete in those trucks. I mean, it's a good bit, but they just keep coming. 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks simultaneously there at once. I don't know how many guys are out here. It's definitely a big project. All hands on deck, getting that concrete in because you're against the clock when it comes to this. You want to make sure you get it in there, get it all settled, get it all packed down, get it all leveled out nicely before it cures. Man, just more and more trucks keep pulling up. It's awesome to have that cul-de-sac ring of ours, so we have plenty of space, but they're just coming and they're dumping, reloading, getting the thing non-stop so you don't run it dry. Why not? Let's get it done. Man, that thing is massive. Man, Gray Gold, they definitely got a system down. One's pouring, one's roughing in, and one's finishing. So the other guys are basically, it's called tamping or troweling. They're getting the air bubbles out, they're pushing the gravel down. It's like a slight vibration, just working that top surface, making it nice and even and flat, leveled, and also smooth. Pretty sweet. They make it look easy, but I'm sure they've been doing it for a while. So pour it in, rough it in, smooth it out. Also going ahead and install some more rebars. This is going to structurally support our foundation wall, kind of help it out as well. Looks like every 2 feet, add a stick right in the middle for those foundation walls later. Nice. Getting it done. Definitely a massive footing right there because that's for the retaining wall, but overall huge footing. This is definitely, like I said, larger than normal, but investing a little bit more to have a nice, solid, firm foundation.
Looking good, looking good. Progress on the house. Getting ready to pour the walls. Let's check it out. Got ourselves the concrete pump truck. A little smaller than last time, but hey, ready to go, stabilized. Waiting for the concrete guys to come in, load her up. This will be the garage right here. Checking all the rebar. Great support. All that's gonna get poured in. Lots of contours for the garage, make it look cool. Why not? Definitely a lot going on. Check how tall these walls are gonna be, guys. Dang. Can't wait to see it poured in, take the forms off, and we'll actually have a bunker looking house. From nothing to a hole to concrete. Awesome. Here we go, showtime fellas. Concrete truck is here. Let's get these walls poured in and build a house. Dang guys, so we got this engineered retaining wall, super solid. This will definitely help keep the water that's gonna start flowing over here, hit the wall and redirect it out of our walkout basement. The last thing we want is water inside the basement. So we're doing everything we can to get that directed properly. And it is tall. Even though this looks really tall, right now, this is gonna be flush. So by the time we get all the gravel, waterproofing, all that good stuff, slab, it's gonna be a walkout basement flush.
It's just amazing how much rebar, how much steel goes inside these concrete walls. I think it's pretty crazy, but you also have to get it inspected before you pour. But kind of funny, so we're doing two houses side by side. One inspector came, he wanted to see it before you pour. He's like, make sure you call me out. So before the trucks came, he's out here, he's inspecting it, he's looking inside the rebar, checking it out. And then I called an inspector to check out my dad's side, right there, the neighbor. And he's out there and he's looking at it and he said, no, I want to see all these things when they're done. So basically, once you poured it, once it cured, once you take the forms off, then he'll pass for the foundation wall inspection. So two different requirements from two different inspectors for the same inspection. That was kind of interesting, but I was like, whatever, you know, first time house building, that's fine. That's how the county wants it. I don't understand it, but whatever.
Pretty crazy, but depending on how much supply concrete trucks they get, they could be done in a couple hours. Same amount of concrete that's inside the wall actually is inside the footing because the footing is so wide. We have 10 inches in the front for structure support and then 8 inches of concrete wall on the sides. So they're pouring, they're shaking it down, getting it done. So crazy how fast they got these forms up and how quickly this project's moving right along. These guys don't play games. Get in, get it done.
Getting it done. So just like that, it only took about a day, day and a half, and they're ready to take the forms off. Honestly, it doesn't take too much time. It did rain a little bit, so it was curing a little slower, which is actually ideal. You want the concrete to cure slower. Some people actually spray water down on there because the faster it cures, I guess it cracks more or whatever. So nice long curing time is ideal. And they're taking the forms off my house and putting it onto my dad's side. We weren't able to pour at the same time because I guess a lack of forms, because check all that out, guys. That is a lot of work, getting all that built up there, getting it all set up, basically ready for pouring the concrete. You got the rebar inside. Definitely takes a lot of time. But hey, Grey Gold Concrete's knocking it out of the park. I'll leave a link down in the description below Awesome company from the upstate South Carolina area. Highly recommend it. Professional, came on time, got it done, didn't play any games. Pretty sweet, solid team. Definitely been in business for a while. They know what they're doing. Check it out, guys. It's been a couple days. It's actually rained a little bit, so it washed the concrete, so it looking nice. Crazy how many contours we have, but hey, I guess that's the aesthetics of the house. Make it look better. My wife's choice. She designed it. Why not? Cool. That's what she wanted. But looking good. Pretty crazy how tall it is, but it's gonna be a nice little shelter as well downstairs in the basement. So any kind of storms happen, got a solid foundation. Hopefully ain't going nowhere, even if the wind blows on it. You can see the footing, and you can see the poured wall. They got rebar sticking up because that's where they're going to bolt down to, the framers, and build a house frame on it. Also got that step ledge right there for the slab to sit right on top of it. Footing inside the house for support walls. Definitely a mess with the rain, but hey, that's fine. It'll dry up or they'll pump the water out.
Here we go, guys. Check out the garage. Man, this thing is definitely looking awesome. There's still a lot that's gonna happen in the front, so it's gonna change the look for sure. We're gonna need to fill this up to match the driveway because we don't want any water coming into our house, so it's gonna look a lot different. But man, wall's looking good, looking sturdy. Let's go ahead and go inside where that basement, where that giant 10-foot wall is. I mean, it looks like a bunker in there. Let's go check it out. Dang, guys, so check it out how massive these things are. I'm about 6 foot, so that's another 4 feet, basically 10 feet right there. By the time we get our slab, we're gonna go up probably a foot, so it's gonna end up to be 9 feet, but that is massive. Wow, this project is moving so fast. I'm kind of like, wow, so many things are happening, a lot of decisions you have to make on the fly, like, hey, do you want this, do you want that? I'm just like, whoo, like I said, first time house builder, but hey, it's coming along, we're moving forward. We're gonna have a house in no time. Just kidding, we just still have a lot of work ahead of us. We do need to figure all this out, get the plumbing, get everything figured out for the slab. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave some comments below. We love all your feedback last time, reading it, all the encouragement. Yeah, got the poured walls in, you know, we'll move forward, give us some more ideas what to do, what not to do. I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button. We'll catch you next time.